10,000. Oh, hold on. 10,000. Oh, where did I go? Oh, there we go. Oh. 10,000 years has been such a pain in the neck. And now I can finally I can finally stream. Oh my god, it's been so long since I've streamed. Oh my god. It's been so long since I streamed. I haven't streamed in a long while. The song is so big. I can barely hear anything. Okay, I'll put it to 5. I think 5 is still really loud, but close enough. Anyways, how y'all been? It's been so long. I know it's been so long because most of my streams have mostly been drawing, and I usually do drawing streams when I'm like really tired, or really or if I just wanted to do a sudden jump into a stream. So tonight we're going to continue playing a really old game. I've actually had this game. I actually started this game like months ago. I don't remember when. I have to remember when. I think it was like last year or something, and I just never continued after the prologue. But it is a game that I really liked. I kind of forgot why. I think it's because I wasn't streaming on Twitch a lot, or for some reason like visual novels have always been like really bad luck for me on Twitch, because I've been meaning to stream Ace Attorney as well, and for some reason there's always something going on whenever I'm trying to like stream Ace Attorney. So I'm just trying to go in slowly with the visual novel stream again, and just hoping that this time like my hold on, my mouse is not moving as wide. Hold on, give me a minute. What I was saying is I calibrated earlier, but it looks weirder. I don't know, maybe my mouse just doesn't want to move as much today. Maybe my mouth is not in the mood to move as much today. I don't know. I've been having trouble with my lip syncing lately. It's been a little odd, but it's all good. Anyways, I just wanted to go in slowly and try with starting Paranormasight. I think it's kind of a horror-ish kind of story, but basically we're solving the 7 mysteries of the city Honjo, and there's a lot of really cool like visual aspects and gameplay aspects here. I think last time we had to mess with like the voice settings in order to pass a puzzle as well. There are several times where there's like a little bit of fourth wall being broken. So I really like this game and the gameplay, and I really do think the art style is sharp. So let's just hop into it as I'm eating din din. Okay, see, we have like several. So this is the prologue. This one was the prologue. So we have several characters we can test. If I'm not mistaken, I'm trying to remember who is who here. This is a problem. Tetsuo Tsusumi is the police officer that's who's in the middle of solving a murder. This is his partner that I think I found cute. Haruhi Shigima was this lady. She had something going on with her. Like there was like a ghost incident that involved her or something. Like she has like, so there are a few people here who have like ghosts, or they have like spirits with them. I completely forgot how the story goes, but it's like a lot of, wait, we have to look at the files. Let's look at the files. So these are the 7 mysteries of Honjo. There you go. So basically, so people have like curse echoes basically, and curse echoes are, if you know, like they said, they're curses, and usually they come with a price, but they give you like some particular powers. Someone who's possessed by a curse is called a curse bearer. So that lady earlier, she was one of the curse bearers, if I'm not mistaken. Where is he? Where is she? Where is she? I liked him. I remember I liked him a lot, even though he was practically a villain, but that's fine. But sure, Kai, he's a detective, if I'm not mistaken. Like, he's a eccentric man. Okay, he's an eccentric man. He's a police detective. This is his partner, who's like new school. This is the guy that I had to deal with changing my voice volume settings in order to pass. I hate this motherfucker. Also, hi Vals. I like this guy. He's hot. And then this is the storyteller, who's like the main narrator of the story. And Haruhi Shigima is a curse Curse Bear, I think. I don't remember with Tetsuo, and I don't think Yako was one, as far as I remember. So let's start from the top. I think it's easier. Haruhi Shigima. When the son of Haruhi Shigima is kidnapped. Okay, so that was the lady earlier. A botched investigation by the police resulted in child's murder. Always the police, huh? 1 year later, Haruhi has hired a private investigator. So this guy. So I was right. He was a private investigator. For some reason, I forgot. To help resolve this unsolved case. Late at night, while speaking to the detective at her home, something strange suddenly appears. So I guess this is how she's gonna get her curse echo. Oh, okay. May those who mock fires, blah 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 blah, perish in flame. Kill them. Kill them. The flame bearers. Kill them all. You have acquired the power of the cursed stone, the haunting clappers. The haunting clappers! You can use it to kill those with fire or a fire starting device on the person. Oh yeah, I kept getting killed by her too. Press the use curse button to set your target aligned. Files updated. I got killed by her as well in the MC, like the first character. I don't know if I can call him MC, like the first character's like story. We get killed by her because she like blasted us. Because we carried like a match or something. A murderous impulse seeps into my soul like thick black tar. Now. Kill. Can you hear it, Curse Bear? You who strongly desires the right, kill them. Haruhi Shigima, 12 a.m. Shigema mentioned reception room. So I'm guessing she hired a private investigator to investigate the weirdness of her son's death. Back with me, ma'am? So they're in the middle of talking, she gets distracted. Can't say I understand what just happened, but it certainly seems to have put you in a good mood. Oh, he's so pretty. This might be the first time I've ever seen you really smile. She's also pretty. Sweet dreams? Housewife, Haruhi Shigima. I really like the art style, question mark, of this. It's like clean, but not really. I don't know how to explain it. Persons of interest updated. Oh, so we didn't have her as a person of interest. We just saw her as like a curse bearer earlier. Well, last time, not earlier, because I just played again. No, not dreams. Sounds like something I might want to hear. Like the rendering, the shading is really nice. Okay, let's look at everything. Oh, I remember how pretty. Oh, what's this? Well, I'll be damned. Is that what I think it is? Goodness, you made me jump. It's just a little silly little sticker my son got from somewhere or other. He put it up just before. Well, you know what happened. I still can't bring myself to take it down. Let me take a closer look. I think this is like one of the collection bonuses. I knew it. It's Head Hencho from way back in set number 1. This is a real collector's item. Excuse me? Don't tell me you've never heard of the Mockingbirds. The what? They're the hottest new craze. Cute little birds dressed up like rough and tumble delinquents. I've never heard of them, but this certainly seems to matter to you. The best part is, nobody knows who made them. They just started showing up around town, and soon enough, they'd won everybody's hearts. The story goes that they're made by some anonymous artist who covertly leaves them behind in specific locations. No one knows when or where they'll show up next. They're basically an urban legend of sorts. To think one would turn up here of all places. This is a good sign, I'm sure of it. Oh, well, that's nice. There you go. Yeah, you get like collection. This is a collect your first Mockingbird sticker. The haunting clappers. I know these are supposed to be actual clappers, but knowing like slang, it kind of sounds the haunting like butt cheeks. My bad. I'm sorry, guy with the clappers. Modern world, okay. These popular bird mascot stickers seem to pop up everywhere. Nobody knows who the legendary artist is behind these quirky birds, but they quickly became popular for their surreal yet oddly cute designs. Be in the right place at the right time in Honjo, and you might just be able to collect all 20 of them. Oh, Head Honcho pushing that. Gara, Legend has a Kaleo will bring good luck. Okay. Don't tell me I have to find all 20. Okay, anything else before I get jump scared? Sometimes I'm scared of these games. I do like the visuals. I don't know. The lights. The chandelier is the only thing in here that's my choice. It's my favorite part of the room. The swinging of the pendulum echoes through the room. It feels livelier than usual with Richter here. Usually it's just me. Oh, I might have to make this bigger. The game sound is like very, very quiet. A color television. Father bought one as soon as it hit the market. He likes to have the latest gadgets. Unlike the latest models, there's no remote control. We've had it for a long time. Back when it was new, we all gathered around it and marveled at it as a family. Hi, Void! But with father and my husband being away so often, it quickly fell into disuse. Oh. Fax machine. A fax machine. It can send images to other places along the telephone network. I don't really know how it works. Most houses don't have one. I rarely find a use for it. I still... The funniest thing is, like, I've used a fax machine before, but I still don't know how to use it. Like, it's probably one of the things that I really don't like using. Okay, boy, no problem. Have a nice lurking session. A stereo unit with separated speakers designed for home use. My husband insisted on buying one, even though he isn't one to listen to music often. Flower arrangement. An arrangement of flowers. We bring in someone to do it. I don't even know what the flowers are called. Hanging scroll. An old hanging scroll. I don't know who painted it. It's been hanging here since I was born. Wow, that's been like, what, 40 years? Okay, let's go to Richter Cowboy here. He do be kind of hot. Anyways, a private investigator I hired. A friend told me about him. They say he's not very well known, but he's good at what he does. When I first visited his office in Ota City and saw how he dressed, I could hardly believe he was a detective. He does look like a model. But after talking to him for a while, I changed my mind. He says some strange things at times, but he seems like the reliable sort. Yay! Hottie! He doesn't have a... Okay. Oh, okay. We have like a whole lore unlocked. Okay. Housewife who resides in... So this is us. This is our MC at the moment. Her 11-year-old son Shuichi was kidnapped and murdered about a year ago. The death was the result of a mistake on the part of the detective assigned to the case. A mistake which enraged the kidnapper and had him cut off all contact with the police, leaving no room for negotiation. Of course the police failed at this. The incident was covered up and Shuichi's killers remained at large, leading the aggrieved Haruhi to call on the services of private investigator Richard Kai to uncover the truth. The Shigima family came from a long line of samurai who built their residence in Honjo during the Edo period. They assumed important positions in the police force following the Meiji Revolution. Again, I'm just letting you know, these are actual eras that happened, like Edo, Meiji. If you don't know, Meiji is the Restoration era, if I'm not mistaken. Even today, many in the Shigima line work as police bureaucrats and senior police detectives. Haruhi's father sits in the upper echelons of the National Police Agency, and her husband, adopted into the Shigima clan through an arranged marriage, is also a highly expected agency official. However, as her family prioritizes work before all else, it wasn't long before Haruhi's marriage grew cold. Aww, though she wants for nothing. She is isolated from her neighbors and withdrawn from society. Seeing her son grow into a young man gave Haruhi a purpose in life, but it was cut short by the kidnapping incident. Oh, I feel so bad for her. Okay, hold on. Let me move you guys to the bottom, because that's where all the lore is all on the top. So, let's move you to the bottom. I don't know where I would put it. Maybe on the left. I'll put you guys on the left. Yeah, I think that's a good place. I mean, you can still see the names. A few months ago, Haruhi's husband was transferred to another area for work and now rarely returns home, with Haruhi left to live in the large empty mansion alone. As a housekeeper who has been with the family for a long time comes in to take care of all the housework, Haruhi has nothing but time on her hands. She needs friends. Or shopping. I don't know. Richard Kai. Sex, male. Occupation, private investigator. The eccentric man that Shogokie. So Shogokie was our main character. So this is our first main character. This is his friend. I think this is his upperclassman or something. I forgot. This is the second one, Richter. After taking on a request from Harushi given to investigate the unsolved kidnapping, he gets caught up in the events surrounding the rite of resurrection. Now that's the big incident that's going on right now, but I don't remember what it was, so I have to reread everything. Okay, once a police officer, Richter was racked with guilt over the police's inability to help all those in need and quit the force to start his private investigation firm. Okay. Wholesome. However, his soft-hearted nature leads him to take on too many cases and has put his office in dire financial straits. How he's still in business is a mystery, with some whispering that a wealthy patron is keeping him afloat. Richter studied alongside Detective Jun Erio. So Jun Erio was the new junior, I think, at the that was assigned with Tetsuo at the police academy. Somewhat surprisingly, given his outlandish clothing and mannerisms, Richter excels at covert investigations and tailing his targets. He proudly refers to himself as an investigator extraordinaire, though that only ever succeeds at impressing himself. Richter's biggest source of happiness is nuzzling his pet female albino parakeet Ernestine, which he keeps in his office. He also enjoys collecting mockingbird stickers, a popular line of merchandise featuring birds inexpressively dressed like delinquents, and can be frequently sighted searching around town for them. While out and about, Richter typically leaves the office and, more importantly, Ernestine in the care of Amamori, a junior high schooler who volunteered to assist Richter after being involved in a previous case. So I don't think we've met Amamori yet. We've met Jun for sure. This guy, he's the newbie, the fresh face police detective. Okay. I should read the files. I'm so careless. I'm a little too careless for this kind of game. Hold on. Sure. Why not? Files. Azure Heron Agency. Richter's private investigation firm in Kamada, Ota City. Originally, Kai thought to give it a simple name like Kai's Detective Agency, but upon hearing that people are more likely to pick names listed at the front of the phone book alphabetically, he decided to pick a name starting with an A. Thus, the Azure Heron Agency was established. Okay. I believe that herons mean death, or are indicators of death, but I might be wrong. However, it is questionable whether the heron, a bird of somewhat ominous significance, is an effective symbol for attracting customers. Even his own assistant has referred to the name as confusing at best. After all, rather than an azure heron, Richard keeps a white parrot as a pet and dresses mostly not in blue but mostly white. If there was a symbolic connection to be made here, it has surely been lost on all but Richard himself. Okay. Well, that one is just like a common name thing. So this is Subida City. This is where everything takes place. Honjo is the, inner. And these are the areas. Okay, so we have to find what was it? The Rite of Resurrection. Okay. As indicated by its name, this manuscript holds detailed instruction on how to perform the secret art of reviving the dead. This forbidden ritual is said to have been devised by a once famous onmyoji. Local researcher Hideki Araishi recently discovered the old manuscript and gave a presentation on it at an academic conference, sending ripples through the field of occult studies. Sorry, I don't know why my tongue is tying right now. Okay, so he got trapped into it. Okay, so let's talk. Let me bring you up to speed. We were in the middle of the chat when you started spacing out. The whole time you were grinning to yourself like you just won the lottery. Care to tell me what that was all about? Well, where to start? I wasn't done eating, but it already like went in. Oop. Interesting. Very interesting. So, the haunting clapper's curse echo appeared out of nowhere. Told you how to perform the rite of resurrection and gave you the curse you'll need to do it. Have I got that right? That's right. So it's all real. Honestly, I still find it hard to believe. But I guess I have to now. Oh my god, I saw that crystone appear in your hand myself. It looked like it popped out clean out of thin air. With evidence that clear, there's no denying that there's some supernatural force at work. I think we scanned everything. I don't want to be jump scared again. This thing has a habit of jump scaring me, but like in the most unsuspecting moments. My heart's still racing. This is it, my chance at long last. What? What? Do I talk to him again? I don't think you quite understand. Oh? This isn't about evidence, and it isn't about belief. It's more than that. I know it's real. The moment the curse appeared, I knew everything before it even said a word. It was already there in my head as clear as day. You just knew, huh? It was etched onto my soul, along with the curse echoes resentful memories. So I can feel it, what it was like. Bakar. Dying like they did, hundreds of years ago. Breath in flames, writhing in pain as my flesh blackens and my blood boils. I can feel it. All the agony, all the rage. It fills me with bloodlust. I think I need to kill someone. Anyone will do, just as long as they're carrying fire. I see. That could be a problem. You think so? From what I know of you, I was sure you'd see it as an opportunity. The stronger the desire to resurrect someone, the stronger the urge to kill. That's how it seems to me anyway. Good grief, talk about a spanner in the works. I say we take stock for a moment. Remind ourselves where we've come from and where we're going. That might be a good idea. Okay, we gotta think again. Spooky music, spooky music. Let's talk to him again about the investigation. That's what you hired for me, ma'am, to look into your son's kidnapping last year. To uncover the truth behind the abduction and murder of Shuichi Shigima. Oh yes, I remember. You never did find the one who did it. That's what I'm here about today, in fact. Kind of you to let me drop by so late, by the way. I've been turning off over every last stone, and I've come up with a grand total of 1 lead. So you said. As far as the police are concerned, it's a cold case, but I've managed to make some headway. I remember. You were just about to tell me. Files updated. Okay, the Shigima kidnapping. Overview. We gotta think of this together, lads. A kidnapping and murder case that took place in Honjo, Sumida around 1 year ago. Haruo Shigima's son, Shuichi, was kidnapped on his way home from school, with a ransom being demanded that same evening. I was guessing that it might have been tied to someone. Oh, wait, my head is there. Hold on. How do I move myself? Whoop. Oh, that's too far. That's too far. Okay, hold on. Give me a moment. Uno momento, comprendo. Okay, so let me move myself so it's easier. Whee! Okay. Alright. Initially, the kidnapping was thought of as a simple extortion scheme, but when it came to light that the Shigima family was closely tied to the police, and Juichi was in fact the grandson of a senior official, it was quickly assumed that the perpetrator was acting upon a grudge against the police force. The kidnapping was treated as a direct attack against the good name of the police. I would say either the police or specifically the grandfather, maybe. And a large-scale investigation was launched that used the best equipment available to trace phone calls. This made it all the more embarrassing when they were unable to catch the culprit, losing the public's confidence. The culprit grew cocky, relentlessly mocking the police force. After 3 days of failure after failure, Haruhi reached a breaking point. Spurred by concern for his son, she resolved to hand over the ransom money as fast as possible. But her husband and father, who held the prestige of the police in high regard, refused, saying they would not let the criminal win in by giving their demands. The increasingly frantic detective assigned to the case lost his temper when the criminal called to give an ultimatum, causing the culprit to never make contact again. After another week passed, and Shuichi's body was found floating in the Sumida River. Shuichi's death could be largely ascribed to the police's incompetence. Oh yeah, oh wow, yeah, definitely. Yeah, they definitely screwed up there. But this was ultimately covered up with stringent media embargoes. The investigation was never closed, but the case has long gone cold. You know what? If I was a Haruhi, if I was if my son died that way, I would also be pissed, to be honest. Is this that game where we get killed by the mature ghost woman? This lady, you mean? She wasn't like a ghost woman, but she did have a ghost with her. Person of interest updated. Who's this? Oh, he was so cute. Oh, I'm sad. The only son of Hiroi Shigima. He was kidnapped and murdered 1 year ago. His body was discovered floating in the Sumida River. She goes a curse. She was a curse bearer, so she had a curse, but she herself wasn't the curse. Shuichi was a conscientious, brave young boy who was determined to protect his mother Haruhi amid his father's frequent absences. He dreamed of becoming a police officer and displayed diligence and an impressive sense of responsibility from a young age. Likely due to being raised in an extremely strict environment, born in the early 70s, he spent his days immersed in various activities and studies, including playing piano, learning abacus, taking English lessons, and training in kendo. Shuichi's tendencies to put other people's needs over his own meant he died without ever telling his classmates how much he longed for them all to go on a hunt for mockingbird stickers. Oh, that's so sad. You know what? Fuck the police. Who is the detective in charge? I need to know. I have a feeling that it's probably this guy. I have kind of a feeling it might have been this guy, because he's the chief inspector. Either he's the but I don't think they share the same name. Maybe he's his grandfather, or maybe he was the police guy in charge and lost his temper. I'm still thinking. Testing. It's in. Okay. About the kidnapping, about the right of resurrection. The right of resurrection, huh? He's so pretty. I would like to kiss that little, like, mole he has. I read about that in a cult magazine the other day. Apparently some old book showed up recently with all the gory details. And they say the right can be found somewhere in Honjo. I remember the first time you told me that. It felt like my prayers had been heard. Like I had hope. Real hope. For the first time. No way, Dandy Michael Jackson, probably. Actually, ever since that awful day, I've wondered, what if I hadn't sent him to school? I honestly think it's not your fault, girl. Because it's like, you never know, you know? I think it's the detective's fault who lost his temper, because that screwed up everything. I think it's your husband and your papa's fault that they didn't give the money. You know, it's never, I don't think it's been your fault, or is this your son's fault. Also, the reasons on late stream, I don't know actually. I was just in the mood to stream. What if I just paid the ransom? Not a day goes by when I don't think that if I'd done something differently, Shuichi would still be alive. The fact that your husband is like, was transferred to another area as well, and you were left here, I fear that your father and your husband are assholes. I don't know. You can't blame yourself, ma'am. It was the culprit's fault, not yours. Yeah, exactly. Though I know that won't help any. Grief is funny like that. What happened with the schoolboy and his girl? I think they were fine. They were like okay, and then we got transferred to like several story branches. Here. We got a story chart. Oh. No, I don't want to return the story chart. Too lazy. Basically, we finished his prologue, and then we were sent back to the beginning again. So this is rewinded back to this day. I remember they're both dead. Did they both die? I forgot, but I remember that. Yeah, didn't they both die? I know the girl died. Yeah, I guess the guy died at the end too. Basically, we were rewinding, so we're going into different paths on this same day. If I'm not mistaken. Like we're going to different story branches. I'm guessing that's why you're after the ride? Guess I didn't need to ask. It's written all over your face. I can tell how much he meant to you. You know what? She's a grieving mother. I get it. I feel bad for her. But, and there's a big but, if this ride is the real deal, using it will mean killing someone and stealing their soul. I mean, she's already dead inside. She don't got anybody anymore. If anything, I feel like she'd kill her husband right now, or her father. Is that a problem? If it comes to that, I'm afraid I'll have to stop you. Oh, that's a shame. A shame, huh? That's all? I thought if I'm going to be competing with other curse bearers, there's a big but. Please. Then your detective skills might come in useful. You realize you're talking about ending someone's life, right? Don't see an issue with that? I think any parent in my position would happily kill for a chance like this. That's so, is it? Dear, oh dear. What have I gotten myself into? The guest table. I don't know where father got this old thing from, but I've never liked it. Okay. Kidnapping. I suppose there's not much point going over the kidnapping itself. No, I'm very familiar. I love there are some sprites where you notice that she doesn't have the light in her eyes. I don't know if that's purposeful or not. Then I'll leave that for the files to cover and just confirm a few things about the case. The police traced the culprit's calls back to, let's see here, Northern Oyoko River here in Sumida City. That's quite a wide area. That's right. In the end, they never managed to nail down where exactly the calls were coming from, but it was almost certain this is the same location that Shuichi was being held captive, since Shuichi's voice could be heard during the killer's calls. Northern Oyoko River is quite a distance from Shuichi's normal school commute. Factoring that he was seen at school but went missing before he arrived at his house, it's likely that he was abducted by a car on his route home. Maybe, but... Exactly. Shuichi was a clever boy. He never would have gotten into the car with a stranger. Oh my god, what if his dad killed him or his grandfather? That's crazy. I was very firm about that. I know he understood too. I even saw him warning the other children. It's possible they forced him into the car. The only issue there weren't any witnesses to the kidnapping. You can't bundle someone into a car with that many students around and not be noticed. But nobody came forward to say they saw anything suspicious. So did they target him at some other time or somewhere away from his usual route? Both of those seem a little far-fetched. Which raises the question, how did the kidnapper pull it off? Oh my god, what if she killed him for some reason? I don't know. That's a crazy. I don't think it'd be, because we wouldn't be in this situation where we're gonna have the right of resurrection. But maybe it could have been the grandfather or the father. I mean, that's possible because those are two people that he'd be familiar with. The police never managed. Like they would botch the investigation on purpose. The police never managed to find an answer. In the end, they decided the kidnapper must have gotten lucky. Well, why not turn the problem on its head? Oh. Talk. You know, we still need to figure out exactly what you want me to do. Tell you what, why don't I tell you what I found and then we can make a decision. Alright? What did you find, my guy? Think. Okay. If it makes you uncomfortable, then you won't have to get any blood on your hands yourself. I don't need you to kill the other curse bearers. I only need you to find them. I won't be party to murder, ma'am. Not even for a client. That's a shame. I'll pay you. I'll pay you. As if his ini is like us on money. I'll just say that's a shame. That's fine. I won't kill him though. I didn't realize you were so stubborn. Let me say though, it's not like I don't get what you're going through. As long as you're not killing anyone with your own hands, maybe I can help you out. What do you have in mind? Well, how about stealing someone else's curse stone after they filled it with soul dregs? If that was all you were after, then I could lend you my services guilt-free. If the other curse bearers want to kill each other, then that's their business. I'm not trying to be a hero here. Wow! Hi, Alpha! It's been a while. I guess there's no guarantee, but it'll work. Well then, I suppose we have a deal. Although, what if I stole a crystal using my curse? Would you disapprove? That would void our contract, ma'am. Just warning you now. My. Alright. About the kidnapping. Oh, so if it's done, like it is, like, how you doing? I don't know, I decided to play this game again. It's been a while. I recently opened VGen. And my VOD channel is slowly starting to update. So if you guys haven't subscribed to my VOD channel, go ahead and check that out. Eating dinner? Link where? Hold on. You know? Give me a moment. Unless someone is fast enough to send the link before I do. Okay. Oh, I was going to try to send the link for you. I don't know why it didn't work earlier.
Give a S, give a S, give a S.
Bruh. There you go. Back to the game. The kidnapper managed to convince Richie to get into the car, but how? The only thing that makes sense to me is if there was somebody that he would have a reason to trust. A teacher, perhaps, a relative, or somebody else that he knew. Thank you, Alpha. I appreciate it. But all of the adults Shuichi knew had alibis. The police checked them all thoroughly. They did, huh? No one throws numbers at a problem like the cops. But if it wasn't someone he knew, or rather, what if the culprit disguised themselves as a police officer? Huh? That explains why he didn't find them suspicious. The Shigima family has close ties with the police after all. He would have a reason to trust them. You might be right. But surely that couldn't have. Well, there's a problem with the theory. You'd be surprised how much police officers stand out. That's sort of the point after all. They're meant to be a visible deterrent against crime. But here's another interesting little bit of trivia I happen to know. When you ask people to imagine someone suspicious, nobody pictures women or children. Oh, even kids who've been warned about stranger danger often subconsciously expect that danger to look like an adult man. Besides, Shuichi was the sort of boy who wanted to be a police officer when he grew up. He must have had a very strong sense of right and wrong. That's right. Wait, you surely can't mean. Now you're getting it. If, say, a young woman approached Shuichi asking for help, what would he have done? Oh, that makes sense. If someone like that asked that they were lost and asked him for directions, would he have gotten into a car? He might have. My husband always told him that a man had a duty to watch out for women and children. You could certainly argue that kind of attitude is outdated nowadays. Subscribe to Almond's VOD channel to see more Almond moments. Exactly. But if Shuichi believed it, then we might have something here. Then you think the culprit was a young woman? But it was a man's voice on the phone. She might have been an accomplice, or maybe she didn't even realize she was being used. If anything, that would explain why she hasn't come forward. She herself might not realize she had anything to do with the case. Oh yeah, so he got distracted practically, yeah? So the question is, did anybody see Shuichi speaking with a young woman on the day of his disappearance? See what I said about people's biases? That goes for witnesses too. And I forget that maybe, if I started asking you questions, I might get some new answers. So I spent my day asking around Shuichi's school route, seeing if anyone had seen something. And one man thought he had. Ooh. Do you mean he saw it happen? Well, I can't say that for sure yet. It turned out that he wanted something from me, so he asked if we could talk in private. Ah, flashback. Several hours earlier. Bada boom, bada boom. Alright, this should do. There's no one around. We can speak in confidence. Excuse me, what was your name again? And it turns out to be somebody we know. Jonoichi. Do we know this man? I don't think so, but he looks like a Beatles member for some reason. I think it's the hairstyle. Got it. Well, Jonoichi, I'm all ears. Just so we're on the same page. You're a private detective investigating Shuichi Shigima's kidnapping. Do I have that right? Oh my god, what if he didn't? Of course, what else do I look like? How should I know what a private detective looks like? Oh, forget it. Whoa, I just came in there already emitting gay energy. Please, leave these people alone. Look, I'll tell you straight. My life is in danger. I need your help. Huh? You'll excuse me if that caught me a little off guard. Let me ask you straight. Yeah, you know what? I wasn't thinking it, but now that you said it, I can see it. Kind of. Honestly, I keep looking at this guy. He just reminds me. He looks like a member of the Beatles band. I don't listen to the Beatles, boo me if you will, but like these two, like the right guy looks like he's part of MJ's backup dancers, and the left guy looks like he's from the Beatles. I don't know if that's purposeful or not. It kind of, maybe it is. Who's trying to kill you? A student called Michiyo Shiraishi. Okay, hold on. I need to see the persons of interest. Do we know any of these people? Shiraishi. No, they're not here. Okay. Need to save though. I need to save. Interesting. A schoolgirl, eh? Sounds like you've been naughty. It's nothing like that. It's that girl. She's a murderer. Oh wait, I think I've seen. No, I think I know who he's talking about. She's from the other path, the one with the other friend, the schoolgirl. Michiyo Shiraishi. I saw her kidnap Shuichi Shigima. Come again? I saw her talk to him and lead him away. I didn't think much of it at that time, but then he went missing. She murdered him, I'm sure of it. Or at least she's gotten something to do with it. That's what you're here for, isn't it? Then you can't let her get to me. That's true, you've been sitting on some valuable information. Why didn't you tell anybody? Well, you see, if you can't explain that, then I don't have any reason to believe you. I couldn't. She told me she'd kill me if I spoke a word. You're telling me a schoolgirl had you scared for your life? So you've been sitting on that all this time and you think she's coming for you now that you spilled the beans? Yes, that's it, exactly. I'm begging you, don't let her get to me. Arrest her, I'm telling you. She's a demon. I'm guessing she's another sword bearer. Curse bearer. Well, you seem to believe what you're saying, but it just doesn't add up. How could a schoolgirl have a fully grown man so terrified? He's so pretty. Oh my god, I'm getting distracted. You don't know what she can do. She'll curse me. Curse you? I'm sorry, but you're losing me here. It's true, her house, it's... forget it. Why do I even bother? You seem dubious enough to believe me, but I should have known you'd never understand. Enough. I'll find someone else to help me. Hey! They do be emitting gay energy. That's my bad, actually. And that's about the long and short of it. I can hardly believe it. All the time, I thought his mention of curses was just crazy talk. But I'm starting to see that there might have been more to it. Okay, somebody throw that little thing into the dungeon. Then, if you can just find that girl, curse or no curse, if she was with Shuichi on the day of the kidnapping, then there's a good chance she knows something. On top of that, I did some digging on the man I spoke to. His full name's Kohei Jonouchi. He's a teacher at Komagata High School here in Sumida. A teacher? Then this schoolgirl is one of his students? I think that's very likely. Gaspi. Oh my god, we gotta keep doing the kidnapping. At last, we've got a lead. Hopefully it'll be the breakthrough we're looking for. Okay. About the investigation. About my curse. Before we go any further, why don't you tell me about that curse of yours? Okay, we gotta hold on, let me send them to the dungeon. The dungeon you go! Okay. Anyway. The haunting clappers, was it? That's one of the 7 mysteries of Honjo, if I remember correctly. Oh my god. That's right. I can't misread that without thinking of clappers as in like butts. The original story did happen somewhere near here, I think. I'm sure I remember hearing that. In that case, my money would be all on the curse bearers being somewhere in Honjo. Our first move should be to narrow them down. Some of them are bound to try and come for you first. You'll need to be ready. The curses make their bearers more willing to kill, so an attack would come from anywhere. That sounds sensible. Oh my god, I keep misclicking. And if I remember correctly, your haunted clappers can set people on fire, but only if they have a naked flame or a lighter on their person. Is that right? That's right. In olden times, wooden clappers were used to warn people of fire. I'm guessing it punishes those who don't heed the warning. It seems like a good curse to have. It's simple and straightforward enough to use. Although, it's hard to say how it stacks up without knowing what else is on the table. You really think it's that good? The target can't do much to throw it off, and it has a nice long activation window. It's big that it works on lighters too. Just slip one into your target's pocket. And say that condition was already fulfilled before they even knew you're there. They wouldn't even know what hit them. Maybe I won't have to actually use it. I could just tell someone I could and they have to do what I said. Threats could work, although without any proof. It'll come down to how convincing you can be. If only you could use the curse to back out at the last second. At the last second? What an interesting idea. I have a lighter right here. We could try it now. That's an interesting proposition. But maybe not. I'm not quite crazy enough to make myself a guinea pig. Good, Richard, good. Don't die, please. Oh, I see. You're an odd one, ma'am, if you don't mind me saying. And I don't think it's just a curse. Oh, you flatterer. I mean, she's stressed, bruh. Okay, I think you should stay indoors. Try not to do anything spontaneous or outside of your normal routine. I mean, she's still grieving from her son's whole thing. Right then, have you decided what you want me working on? Investigate the kidnapping. I just want him to investigate. Just bring me closure. Your wish is my command, ma'am. You can't investigate the matter at night, can you? At least until the sun rises. Could you search for the other curse bearers? Odds are that the other curse bearers are also working by night. Anyone they kill under the cover dark won't be discovered at the sunrise. I'll bet they'll be trying to do as much as they can before morning comes. Okay. I'll investigate the kidnapping as well. I'll even try and find Miss Shiraishi as part of the bargain. I think that's important though. I feel like I want to prioritize the grieve over everything else, because that's literally the reason why she's here. Now then, I should get to work. There's only so much time before sunrise. I'll call you if I find anything new. You stay here and keep a lookout. There's no telling what kind of curses you might find out on the streets tonight. Don't go outside if you can help it, and try to be ready for anything. I will. Well, if that's all, I should get going. Oh boy. Okay. Why is she outside? She was specifically told not to go outside, and now she's suddenly outside. Okay. "1 a.m. Alright. Hopefully I don't screw up. We're just... It's been almost an hour since Richard left. He promised he'd call me if anything happened. But he hasn't. So all I can do is wait. And wait. Chicken. Oh, what's this? Newspaper? What's this? A newspaper? It must have fallen out of the chair. Let's not read it. Let's not read it. I don't want to risk it, bro. I'm scared. Do I turn everything off? Maybe I should turn everything off because that's how it worked last time. Let's turn everything off. Me scared. He hasn't contacted us. Old hanging skull. I'm just testing everything as it's silence. Should I put a record on? Girl, put your records on. Sing me a different song. Na, 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 na. And okay, maybe we do have to read the newspaper. My bad. Damn, okay. Let's read it. It's a newspaper. I only leave them in here for the guests. I hardly read them myself. I don't think I've ever taken the time to go over one in years, in fact. Well, it's not like I have anything better to do. Let's look at the economy articles. Okay, large corporations, $2.23 a dollar. Okay. That's so economic. Society. Biggest problem right now is pollution. Okay, I think we can turn them on. I think we're safe. I think we're safe. Culture? People are coming with all kinds of new diversions. It seems only yesterday that peoples were flocking to the arcades to shoot aliens. What did I do? I'm just reading. But now we have these enormous theme parks and gaming machines that plug straight into our televisions. Everyone's talking about superhero series, foreign films, and movies based on the latest bestseller. Back in my day, fusion rock and folk music were all the rage. But now it's all city pop and idols. I find it hard to care about that sort of thing anymore. Okay. No jump scares? Okay. Educate. Ooh, television. It feels like all the information in the box gets passed through that little black box. My father stopped them from reporting on the kidnapping back when it happened. I was glad about that. Less fuss. Everyone attends high school now, even girls. Oh, right, this old school. Universal education policy, they call it. The country's gotten rich enough that every child can go to school. Education is the backbone of modern society. I know that's right. If you want to go work for a good company, you have to get into a good university. With more people in the running than ever, the competition to get into those universities has gotten fierce, though. The new generation is rebelling. Schoolyard violence and delinquency are on the rise. My boy was too sensible to get mixed up in any of that. I don't want to read anymore. It only reminds me of him. Oh, there are like multiple articles. Now that the comedy boom is over, all the comedians are flocking to other genres. The occult seems really popular at the moment. Look at all these paranormal specials. I hear the big new thing is some mascot line of delinquent birds. Mockingbirds, I think it's called. Was that what Richard was talking about? Trends seem to have such short shelf lives now with quickly how the times are changing. I think I'm just too old to keep up anymore. It's young people who are leading the way with their modern worldview. My generation will only fall further behind. If that ain't us. Although with everyone flocking to the city, land prices are skyrocketing. Nowadays, most people can only dream of home ownership. The city center is going to be nothing but apartments before long. I'm not exactly a businesswoman, so this all feels like another world to me. If there's one thing Hojo never wants for, it's horrific crimes. They found a police officer dead in a local park just the other day. A lot of my family are in the police. I hope it isn't anybody I knew. I don't read the news anymore, not since last year. It brings back bad memories. Suicide at local high school? Oh, I remember that. A high school girl just jumped off a roof about a week ago. She was bullied or I think, or something. It was about exam pressure? Huh? What? But no, this can't be right. Her name? Michio Shiraishi from Komagata High School? Can't be. That must be him. Okay. Wait. Let's see. Me scared. What if... Hello, Shigima residence. Two a.m. Okay, so what happened? Komagata Bridge. Oh! Alright. Hello, hottie. We're back. Okay. We're so safe right now. Oh, he's so hot. Witcher called me out to meet him and we came here to Komagata Bridge. Witcher, there's something I need to tell you. Funny, I was just thinking the same thing. I don't want to get jump scared. Am I gonna get killed if I turn around? No. Okay. We're on Komagata Bridge over the Sumida River. There's a highway on one side and a freeway on the other, but they're both deserted this late at night. Oh, okay. The Sumida River. Oh, this is where they found her son's body, I think. The water is filthy and horrid, but at night, when it's still, it looks almost peaceful. How many times you said, oh, he's hot in this game one? I don't know. I think it's still like 3. Can I ask you something, ma'am? Is the Sumida River what you Honjo folks picture when you think of home? I couldn't say. All I can tell you is that I can hardly stand the sight of it. Right, should have guessed. This is where they found him after he went missing. All alone, floating in that horrible water. That's horrifying. I feel like that's really horrifying though. To suddenly find your son floating in the river by himself. Like, when he's floating, it does mean he's like totally dead. So, all I can think is how scared he must have been. How cold he must have been. What did he ever do to deserve something so awful? I've come here every day since. And I pray to the river to give him back. To give back my son. Day after day. You know, in olden times, people believe rivers mark where our world met the next. So the act of crossing flowing water had a huge amount of spiritual significance. Back when Edo was founded, the people of Chuo saw the Sumida River the same way. They associate the far side of the river with the afterlife. That same place would later become Honjo. All their fear and revulsion accumulated there and took root. But then, the Ryogoku River sprang up after the Great Fire of Meireki, and just like that, Honjo was part of the city too. And as it turned from farmland into a town, the people surrounded it with man-made rivers and crisscrossed it with canals and waterways. Were those to prevent flooding? That's what I was told. They were, but that's not all they were for. Their other purpose was to contain all the corruption that had built on the far shore. And stop it leaking through to our side of the Great Divide. Officially, they were a physical barrier, but unofficially, they were a spirited one. So, if I have this right, are you saying that Honjo is a place where the real world meets the afterlife? Exactly. That's why the rite of resurrection is here rather than anywhere else. I'm sure of it. And it's probably why the 7 mysteries and their curses have survived to the modern day. And I guess that would make this spot, where we're standing right now, right over the water, the border between life and death. If there was ever a place where bringing back the dead might be possible, I reckon it's here. It's funny that you mentioned praying to the river. That might have done more than you think. Is that supposed to make me feel better? Just thinking aloud, ma'am. Well, it's a nice thought. Oh, it's not even ticked yet, so there must be something else. Oh, that's right. There's one more memory I have of this river. Do you mind if I tell you? Go ahead. It must have been 20 years ago, when I was still a schoolgirl. Back then, the Sumida River was much filthier than it is now. It was full of garbage and industrial discharge. It was scummy and slimy, and it stank. You could look out of the water and see dead cats and dogs and pigeons just floating. And one day, among all the filth and garbage, there was a piece of my missing classmate's hand. What? You and me both, buddy. What? Huh? It was almost a miracle when you stopped to think about it. What were the chances that someone would find a part of her that was still recognizable? And that although everything but the palm had rotted away in the water, the part that was left would have an identifiable scar. And that they could tell it'd been a murder from the blade marks on the bone. Wait, did he kill her own classmate? Wait, are you talking about the Nejima murders? So you have heard of it. I'm impressed. I assume you were but an elementary schooler at the time? I wasn't really aware of it then. I only heard about it after the fact. I had no idea the victim was a classmate of yours. That's crazy. Okay, but now we gotta see all the updated things. Sumida River, Komagata Bridge, Nejima murders. A notorious case from over 2 decades ago involving the murder of a female high school student. It first came to the attention of the authorities when part of a human left hand was discovered floating in the Sumida River. Testing revealed it had belonged to a missing female high school student. As it appeared to have been severed deliberately, the police launched a murder investigation. A large scale of the river search was organized, but the highly polluted state of the river made this impossible. Visibility was poor, the stench was intense, and the divers quickly fell ill. They succeeded in recovering only the victim's head and what appeared to be part of her leg before the search was called off. At the time of the incident, hold on. Oh, okay. At the time of the incident, the Sumida River was as polluted as it had ever been. Neither fish nor shellfish could survive in it, eventually causing the annual Fireworks Festival to be called off indefinitely. I feel like she killed them, but it might be just like an anything. Okay, hold on. Over the course of the search, the police discovered a number of unidentified human bones. This caused a stir among the public, as several other young women had gone missing in recent years in the Tokyo area, and it was feared that they may have fallen victim to the same fate. Forensic technologies at the time, however, were not advanced enough to determine the identities of the deceased, and so the police were unable to open any inquiries. I forgot what year this takes place in. Due to the overwhelming lack of circumstantial evidence, the investigation ground to a halt until I don't know what this is. Unrelated, or maybe it's like something. Unrelated individual came to its attention. During a questioning about separate incident, Fumichika Nejiba, a 36-year-old shop owner who had no relations with the victim, divulged details about her that have never been released to the general public. An investigation into his background was conducted, leading to his arrest. Oh, okay, so he did it. Never mind. Nejima testified that he had snatched his victim from the street and confined her in the underground storeroom of his shop, which also served as his living quarters. He chose her for no special reason, but simply decided she was an opportune target on seeing her walking alone at night. I think that's always so sad, when the victims just happen to be victims of opportunity. After keeping her locked up for several days, he restrained her, sewed her mouth shut, and severed her fingers and toes with a box cutter. That's crazy. While she was still unconscious, she screamed silently. I'm not gonna read all this. This is very detailed. Okay. He doesn't. Oh, okay. So there might have been a curse involved, because he did say he does not remember why he doesn't. Interesting. Person of interest update. Fumichika Nejima, self-employed. The man who made headlines over 2 decades ago as the perpetrator of the brutal known as the Nejima murders. To be honest, it was all a bit of a blur. A wave of chaos just parting around me. Something like that. They said the rest of her body must have sunk to the bottom of the river. Wait, let me save this. I feel like it's important to save. They combed the riverbed, but they only ever found pieces. Everything else must have rotted and flowed out to sea. Afterwards, I heard that all the divers who had been looking for her fell ill. A sorry story for everyone involved, huh? It's funny. Everyone figures the river is filthy already, so one more piece of garbage won't hurt. But every little bit makes it worse. It's a vicious cycle. I know I wouldn't go rooting around down there myself. That's right, which is why the riverbed is the last place anybody would go looking. Or so was the killer's thinking, I suppose. The times were changing quickly back then. Things were confusing. Everyone seemed to be in a hurry. Young people were moving to Tokyo in droves. Some even ran away from home to make it in the big city. And they made easy targets for bad people. A lot of them ended up disappearing without a trace. You see, back then, if you chopped a body up into tiny pieces and threw it in a river, it would rot quickly and discreetly, and sink to the bottom, never to be seen again. Are you saying what I think you're saying? They arrested him shortly after. Fumichika Nejima, the man who killed my classmate and cut her into pieces. He was so methodical about it, it couldn't have been his first crime. And people began to wonder how many girls he'd murdered the same way. The police never found any evidence of other murderers in the end, but the river knows the truth. How many corpses has it swallowed up over the years, I wonder? That same thought spread through everyone's mind, and they started to avoid this area. I have a feeling that she might have done something. The way she explains it is so methodical that I don't know. Like I have a feeling she's killed her classmate, or she's killed someone. So really, this river has been ranked with corruption for decades now, or at least that's how it seems to me. Well, was that interesting? Well, I can see why you don't have any good memories of this river. With all that darkness lurking beneath the surface, there's no reason you would. Still, if I may, ma'am, I'm surprised you know so much about the Nejima murders. But how could I not? After all, I was the one who found the hand. The police actually wrote me a thank you letter. They said it was only thanks to me that they managed to bring Nejima to justice. That it was the only time my father ever said he was proud of me. Huh. I guess it just wasn't the killer's day. Sometimes I wonder if he resents me for it. Oh my god, what if that dude did it? I don't know, there's so many twists and turns here. Like, what if that dude killed her son? The Sumida River. Okay, we're done. Okay. Okay, we can talk to our hottie now. He's gazing down at the water. Let's talk. You go first. Please, go ahead. Alright then. I've been poking around places connected to 7 mysteries looking for curse bearers, and I think I found a few candidates. This motherfucker. The hottie. At first, the tall man I ran into in Kinchibori Park. I asked him for directions, trying to probe him a little, but he turned the questions right back around on me, and he was out there the second he figured I wasn't what he was looking for. I got the sense curses were nothing new to him. I'm about 40% sure he's a curse bearer. You were right about that. Then there's this middle-aged guy I saw on South Gesui Street. There's no question about this one. He had one of the curse stones in his hands. I think he died or something. He had a nervous air about him too. It was clear he was up to some shady business. Gathering soul dregs, I'd bet. He'd make a good target. Oh yeah, this guy is. I fucking hate this bitch. The dude. I don't know about the woman. I don't think the woman was soul bearer as far as I remember. A young man and a woman I saw around Ryogoku Bridge. This time, the man came up to me and asked me flat out if I was a curse bearer. I told him I didn't know what he was talking about, and he backpedaled and left. Looks like they would look around there often, looking for kindred spirits would be my guess. Though it did seem like they were quite working as a pair. Gathering your soul dregs in a group might be a decent idea if you can make it work. But with things being how they are, it's got to be hard to find folks that one can trust. They got brass though. I don't know what their deal is, but I'd like to find out. Okay, then these are the two detectives. And the younger one I think is his friend. Or at least they were in the same academy together from the files I read. The police are involved? Not necessarily. A body turned up in the local park a few days ago, so they might be just looking into that. Still, the PAR's got ties to one of the 7 mysteries. Might be it was a curse that did the guy in. And then they're sending in detectives from the head office. That something's gotta be up. How do you know where they're from? Let's just say when you're in the business, there are some faces you get to know. Yeah, that's his friend. Like it's in the file. Like he was classmates with the other dude. Hold on. Where is it? See, I think if you scroll down, it says it here too. Here you go. Richard studied alongside Detective Junerio at the police academy. And this is Junerio, who's from the... So that's why he knows. I love this. Anyway, that's everyone who caught my eye. You found all of them in so little time? I really did hire the best. It's all in the name, ma'am. Richard Kai, P.I. No, wait. Make that Richard Kai, investigator extraordinaire. My, an investigator extraordinaire? Is that why you can dress like that without drawing attention to yourself? You bet. An investigator extraordinaire can blend in with like a chameleon in any outfit. Well, that aside, the middle-aged man and the young couple sound the most promising, am I right? Whichever we pick, it's still too early to make a move. It seems like the curse bearer are less involved with each other than we thought. Plus, there's still others we don't know about. I say we hang fire and see how things play out. Haha, hang fire. Once more bodies start showing up, they'll get the pot nice and hot. And once it's boiling, our chance will come. Okay. What else can we think about? There's something I need to tell you. What's up? Well, that girl, Michio Shiraishi. The one who was with Shuichi on the day of the kidnapping? That's her. Well, she's dead. She's what? The student who committed suicide last week. That was her. I heard something like that had happened. Never got the name though. Talk about bad luck. We finally get a lead only to find it's turned into a literal dead end. Unless her death was the whole reason Jonoichi was so shaken up. He said she was going to curse him. Was he talking about her taking revenge from beyond the graves? It seems like we're back where we started. Not necessarily. That teacher knows something. I'm sure of it. At the very least, I put money on him having to do with Miss Shiraishi's death. That's why he's so scared of being cursed by her. I see. And also, something tells me he knows more about your son's kidnapping. Hmm? In any case, I think I've got a good idea of what he's hiding. Call it a hunch. A hunch? Well, more of a theory. Care to take a guess? I can guess. Can't say for certain, but... We should rate his silence, Mr. Ucha, with murder. What do you think? I see. So you think Miss Jiraishi's death might not have been a suicide? That would certainly give him a good reason to think she'd hold a grudge, but I don't buy it. Okay. We need to meet. It's been 20 years since the Najima murders, so it has. Not to spook you or anything, but I thought you might be interested in knowing. Hmm? Life in prison doesn't always mean life. There's precedent for first-time offenders being allowed on parole after 20 years. Only if they're found to show remorse and the desire to reform themselves, of course. That's right. I'm impressed you know so much. Still, it's hard for someone with a criminal record to reintegrate into society. I hear they've been trying to fix that recently, matching inmates with jobs and accommodation. Oh, really? They keep an eye on them, of course, and make them report in for regular checkups. But to avoid discrimination, they keep the inmates' records a secret from everyone but their employers. They even give particularly notorious criminals new identities so they wouldn't be recognized in the workplace. My, the way you put it. It's like you're saying Fumichika Nejima could be out on parole right now. Back in society under a new name with nobody any the wiser. It's possible. As it happens, a little birdie told me about a big name making parole a few months back. I don't know if that was with Nejima, but our discussion just now did bring it to mind. Oh god, this is scary. I was passing Komagata High School a little while ago when I saw someone. A janitor, I think. So he was the middle-aged guy that I think the other dude saw, Richard saw. And I could have sworn he reminded me of Fumichika Nejima. Oh, he looked a little different after 20 years. Much thinner than I remembered. I told myself I was just seeing things. But perhaps it was him after all. Wait, hold on. Do we have him in our file? I don't think so. No, I don't think so. I know you're hot under there. Oh, he's so handsome. What am I doing? What's wrong with me? So, what next? The big question now is what the rest of the curse bearers are up to. Luckily, the Sumida River is a good distance from any of the 7 mysteries. Okay, so let's save. Save! And also, I'm gonna open a booster pack for my Pokemon. I'm doing multiple things at once. Luckily, this okay. It's unlikely that other curse bearers will come all the way here. I can finally have a moment to think. I see. Alright. We're just... Well, I guess I can eat. While he's busy thinking. I wonder if this unlocks an achievement or something. That'd be really funny. And we're watching. We're waiting. He's very patient. No. Okay, let me roll my little Pokemon first and see where we're getting there. Do, 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 do. Okay, nothing special. I got another Graphite picture and a Wigglytuff? That's crazy. That's actually one of my luckiest rolls. What the hell? I got a double full art. That's crazy. Okay. Now we will continue. You currently cannot progress any further. Once your situation has changed, play the game in the middle of the night. How the hell did they know that? Okay. Select resume to try again. Pressing suspend mode to use store chat. Okay, so we're stuck here. See guys, if you can see here, there's like everybody has their own like stuff. So let's go with Tetsuo Suzume. Cause he's cute. I don't care. Tetsuo Tsutsumi. Former Yasuda Gardens. Okay, so this is where we were blasted by fire in the first chapter. By the lady mommy that Val's into. Hey boss, forensics is all done. The crime scene is clean. The other officer, he's cute. I don't know why I feel like he's cute, but he's cute. The other officers have all gone home. It's just us now. The park should be able to open back up tomorrow like nothing ever happened. I doubt they'll get any. Why is he pouting? I doubt I'll get any visitors after everything that's happened. You'd be surprised. Lots of people love that kind of thing. I bet they'll be lining up to get in. Occult stuff is really popular right now. Did you not know that, boss? Sounds stupid. Well, it's not exactly rooted in science. I would love to read. This is such a random thought. I would love to read a romance story between an older, a way older, like, boss who is a and they're younger and me who's the top. I think that'd be very nice. I think that'd be very nice. Well, it's not exactly rooted in science, but if ghosts really did exist, we could just ask them who the perp is. Somehow I doubt it'd be that simple. Oh, but you know, I've heard that high school girls are really into this spirit board thing these days. Suppose you can call on spirits and talk to them by using a board with letters on it. Wouldn't that be something? You could try it out yourself if you're so interested. Hey, that's not a bad idea. Let's give it a go sometime, Boss. He's so cute. So I'm gonna change from, oh, he's hot, and I'm gonna change it to, oh, he's so cute. Because he is cute. What now? Stop messing around. You really think we're gonna solve this case by moving a coin across a crap of paper? Sounds like you know all about it. You've got to be open-minded. What if that's how police work is gonna be from now on? Don't make me laugh. Oh, he's so cute. Ah! Okay, spirit board. So this is like the Ouija board, but it's like the low-budget version, so you only use like paper. Oh man. Having seizures when using Ouija board, that's crazy. Listen up, Ario. Why is your mouth always like that? You can't go blaming the death of your buddy on something like the occult. Oh, who died? Does it make a difference in your eyes, Juan? Leave me alone, please. I don't care what if it was the ghost or the occult or the occult or what. Whatever it was that did this, I'll get them. I promise you that. Well, you've got the right attitude, but we don't even know if this is a murder yet. Biases weaken our judgment. Get too fixated on one thing, and you stop seeing everything else. Aye, aye, boss. So, now that we've finished investigating the scene, let's review what we know. Now? It's getting late. I thought we'd figure ahead straight home from here. Come on, we've got all the info we've gathered. And what better place to do that here, at the scene of the crime where we can soak up the atmosphere? Soak up the atmosphere? What the hell is here to soak up? You must be really into this occult stuff if you get off on being in a place like this. Wait, you mean being somewhere like this doesn't get your blood pumping? No way. Oh boy. No, don't turn this on me. I'm not the weird one here. Cripes. That's me. And I'm 26, so... Oh, fine. Let's get this over with. Aye, aye, boss. Please leave my ass alone. I'm tired. Oh. Oh, I thought he disappeared. I got scared. Okay. The former Yasuda Gardens here in Yokohama, Ichiyome were originally built as a part of a daimyo's estate back in the Edo period. The park became city property a number of years ago and underwent extensive renovations. There's not a soul around at this time of night. Quiet doesn't even begin to describe it. Scene. This is where the victim was found. It's clean now. It almost feels like nothing happened here at all. But once an incident like this has come to pass, there's no going back. Not that knowing that is any consolation. Oh, he's so cute. Pond. This pond. They say it used to flow into Sumida River. But the river became so polluted that they cut it off. Ah. The sky. Nothing is there. The floor, nothing is there. How do you think? I've got a bad feeling about this case, and my gut is rarely wrong. I knew this would be a treacherous case from the moment we were dragged into it. They're from the head office, if I'm not mistaken. Jun Ario, a detective in the Tokyo Metropolitan Police Department, First Investigative Division. His rank is sergeant. I don't know how high a sergeant is. This is his first time leading a case. It's like he graduated from rookie to newbie. He looks put together on the outside, but acts like a kid most of the time. Honestly, the force could use more people like him. About the case. So, early in the morning yesterday, a staff member found the victim collapsed here in the park and called the police when they realized he was dead. Oh yeah, that's a ghost thing. If they have white in their eyes and they look like they just seen a ghost, then it's definitely a ghost thing. I don't know if we can deny that. It is what it is. I'm sorry, folks. While there are no obvious external wounds, the fact that he was a police officer and the evidence of a struggle means it's likely that this is a murder. This is a police officer? That's a police officer? Maybe he was under disguise. I don't know. The Sumida office sent it over to us since it involved the death of an officer, and we were tasked with the investigation. What we need to do is figure out what happened, or maybe it's his day off. I don't know, and whether there was foul play involved. I think that's about sums it up. Okay, cutie. Whatever you say. Hearts. Okay. The victim is Hajime Yoshime of the Juvenile Division of the Sumida City Community Safety Bureau, 27 years old, single. He mostly dealt with cases involving juveniles and education. His rank was senior police officer. You knew him well, didn't you? What was he like? Oh, okay, he just dresses like that. That's so funny. Yeah, we were in the academy together. He still went out for drinks together every month or two. He could be a little rowdy, but he was like a big brother to us all. He was kind and cared about his friends. For better or worse, he wasn't the uptight type of cop. The man always showed some empathy, and I heard he was popular with the locals for it. He treated each and every troubled kid he met with compassion. He had a great track record when it came to rehabilitation. Sounds like we lost a good one. Yes, we did. We truly did. I knew being a cop was dangerous. I knew something like this could happen, but it's never easy when it happens for real. I know the feeling. He didn't seem to care much about climbing the ranks, but he was at the top of our class. Only problem was that he took on so much, he had the most unfinished paperwork too. I always felt we needed an unusual guy like him to help us solve all our unusual cases. Oh, he sounds like a good man. He really sounds like a good man. Oh wow, we got like an entire lore page for this dude. That's crazy. Oh, so he was once a rebellious gang member and then he turned his life around. Okay, that makes sense. So he's very much localized to the area. Okay, the outfits only make sense to me. So he's basically Ice Cube from what's it called? From Law and Order. He left a fiance who he had begun dating since high school. Oh, that's so sad. No, wait. They said he was single though. Maybe he was like, question mark. Maybe I misread or something. But maybe he broke up when they went to the academy. Like he moved. Don't worry, you're plenty unusual yourself. Me? I was the most normal of my classmates. I don't trust that. Besides, the real weirdo among us quit the academy a long time ago. Oh, is he talking about Kai? There was one even weirder than you? But boss? Yeah. Is this case oh my god, what if it's like distant? Oh my god. Is this case really important enough to assign someone from the investigation division? I mean, a friend of mine died, so it's important to me, but it's all up to the higher ups. I'm sure they got their reasons. Boss, you know something, don't you? It'll all become clear in time. Try not to worry about it too much. Thinking about it, the only thing we know for sure is the identity of the victim. That means there must have been something special about him, right? Maybe he knew something he wasn't supposed to. Some kind of secret or something. Isn't that right? You're pretty sharp sometimes, you know that? If you picked up on that, you should be able to put the rest together yourself. Okay. Well, it is our duty to get to the bottom of a suspicious death. especially one involving an officer. Okay. Hajime was quite the bad boy in school apparently. He ended up with the police a lot. He said the officer in charge was good to him, helping him get back on track. The reason he wanted to become a cop was to pay his kindness forward. Said it was the first thing he ever took his studies seriously. Okay, let me see. It's always the good people dying, huh? From what I'm looking at right now, at least. That's a good story. Love that kind of thing. Makes me want to have a drink in his honor. Please don't make fun of my dead friend. Hey, I said in his honor. You should aspire to be the kind of cop when they die in the field. You say it like that's the sure thing I'll die. Besides, if I end up biting it, I'm sure you'll be the one who misses me the most, boss. Come on, don't be like that. You'll hurt morale. Well, I guess how much I'll miss you depends on how this investigation goes. I can already see it. Ario, no! Why'd you have to go and get yourself killed? I have no idea what's going on in that head of yours. Yeah, that'll be a sight to see. I can't wait. I like him. He's so cute. You can't wait for your own death? Get it together, Ken. Sheesh, you really are something. Thank you? What about the victim's family? The Yoshimi family is from Kitasenju in Adachi City. That's really far away, if I'm not mistaken. But Hajime's parents died a long time ago. He lived there all alone, no siblings or anything. I went to his house a few times for drinks. I was surprised. It's this huge, old-looking place. Like, you know, the kind of place that seems super haunted. And he lived there alone? It looked like the home of an old noble family. It was hard to imagine him from being such a delinquent living in a house like that. There's that bias I was talking about. If he's from an old family, I'm sure things were complicated. That's a bias too. He never talked about any of that, even when we were drunk, so I don't know much about it. Oh, one more thing. Yeah? Hajime was engaged. He'd been seeing his fiancée ever since they started school, over 10 years. They just started talking about getting married. What was her name again? He showed me a picture once. She was a beautiful woman. That's so. How terrible for her. But she may know if there'd be anything going on with him lately. We should speak to her. Yeah, his fiancée may have been only confident. I'm sure someone at the Sumida Police Department had already contacted her. I'll look into it tomorrow. Okay. We have so much to talk about. Even the victim part isn't even done. Hey boss? I looked into the file that Hajime was running. Oh great, that's the kind of stuff I want to know. What was Hajime working on the day he died? Well, according to his report from the day before, he had 2 cases involving juveniles. The first one was the suicide of a high school girl who jumped off the building in Kamazawa last week. So that one matches to the other girl. What's her name? I forgot. Her. Well, did we really have to see it? But okay. The girl's name was Michio Shiraishi. She was a second-year student at Komagata High School. But it seems as though Hajime had contact with her even before this incident. So she'd been troubled for some time. That's the thing. About a month ago, he happened to see her walking around town. She looked upset, so he struck up a conversation with her. He was sure there was something bothering her, but she wouldn't tell him what. Must have been trouble at home. That's what he thought too. It seems he visited her home and spoke to her parents, but they said there was no problem, so there was nothing else he could do. And now she's dead. Then it's possible he could have prevented her suicide then. He must have been devastated. That's why he was looking into this Michio Shiraishi again. He must have thought that something terrible had happened that drove her to end her life. But ultimately, he never reported the findings of his investigation. I see. And you're thinking that it may have had something to do with his death. We'll have to find out what it is Hajime discovered. Right. I'll check with the Sumida Police Department about that tomorrow too. He's still not done. We still have so much of the victim. And what was the other case he was working? The one is also related to a Komagata High student. Oh, is this the Nejima murder? He told me Okuda. She seems to be the leader of a group of kids who get up to no good. Juvenile delinquency. Fun. She was pretty bad for a while. Multiple charges of destruction of property, assault, and battery, you name it. Hajime had been working with her for about 6 months, and she was finally starting to open up. Then, he met with the girl the day he died. Well, every school's got its problems. But I'm sure he'd be worried about how she'd get on without him. Right, just when she'd finally found an adult she could trust. She might act out without someone to help her get through this. We'll have to make sure the Sumida Community Safety Bureau does their job. But, we can't rule out the possibility that meeting with this delinquent girl had something to do with his death. Then we'll have to interview her too. Ah, yes, you're right. She may have been the last person to see him alive after all. I'll ask Sumida to introduce us tomorrow. Though, who knows if they'll actually let us talk to her. That's what we hire you for. Lay a little boyish charm on them if they need convincing. Yeah. I'm pretty sure they prefer me over a scary looking old man like you, boss. He is cute. I guess that's also why. I knew it. He's purposefully cute. Watch it. I'm still your superior. You ought to act like you respect me at least. Oh, I thought I was. You were? Shit. Is that how your generation speaks? You really are and you breed it? Dang. Not the boomer. I can't even say boomer and millennial too, because this is taken like in the 90s, I think? Like 80s, 90s, I think. So it's like way back. It's probably just me actually. Well, don't think you can get away with that with other people. So anyways, boss, were you even listening? You've got quite a bit to look into tomorrow. First, the two Komagara High School case. You know what? Maybe Komagara High School kind of has to look through their teaching curriculums, because why are 2 of their students like handling things surrounding death now? Actually, no, it's 3. I think might be, because there's also the murderers, right? Maybe they have to rebrand their school at this point. Okay. And we need to speak with his fiance as well. I believe that's it for tomorrow. Alright. Notes on Hajime. Okay, so this is the... Okay, cutie. Cause of death. As for the cause of death, we won't know until the autopsy is done. From what we've seen though, it appeared to be some acute of heart failure. But since he had no record of chronic illness and had no visible wounds, it's possible that poison or drugs could have been involved. Dying in the middle of a park like that? It certainly does seem suspicious. We found signs of a struggle at the scene, as well as footprints belonging to an unidentified individual. We've got people trying to identify those prints. If we can find who they belong to, we might be able to figure this whole thing out. Yes, wouldn't that be nice if that were the end of it? The only thing Hajime had on him were his badge and his wallet in his pockets. It's like we can roll out a mugging. Though there probably aren't many people who try to think mugging a cop as big as him. I also heard that Hajime got into a fair few fights in his younger days. He started judo once he became an officer and rose up the ranks quickly. Sounds like the perk would have had to be pretty strong to take on Hajime. Time of death was around 11 PM 2 days ago, outside the park's operating hours, of course. His body was found way early in the morning yesterday. 11 PM the day before yesterday? What was Hajime doing out there at that time in the first place? That's the question, isn't it? The entrance to the park is closed after hours, but it's a small gate that'd be fairly easy for him to get through if he really wanted to. That would, of course, be breaking and entering, but what do you think, boss? I need to save, because I feel like they're talking a lot, so like, I'm worried I might forget to save and then like I have to start from way over the beginning again. Someone called him here. It's hard to imagine a cop like Hajime would trespass for no reason, and it seems like someone else was here with him. Could they have called him here? Oh, that does seem likely. They must have been talking about something pretty sensitive to come here in the middle of the night. So Hajime met someone here to discuss something in secret. And then they got into a fight? No. That would have matched the cause of death. There were no wounds on the body that would indicate a spontaneous scuffle. The perp must have planned something. Then you think it was meditated? That would mean they called Hajime to the park with the intent to kill him? Well, there is still that possibility that it was just some kind of accident. Maybe the perp tried to threaten Hajime and things went south from there. We should be able to get a clear picture once we know exactly what killed him. Right. But either way, I'm so glad you're back in the First Division, boss. I've always admired your work. You were like a god to me. You were the whole reason I became a detective in the first place. Yeah, about that. People have been saying that ever since you first entered the academy, but... Yes, that's because it's true. I can believe you got transferred out of the first... just as I was assigned to it. That's so sad. So getting to work a case like this, just the two of us, is a dream come true. Alright, lover boy. Happy as I am to hear that, well, how should I put it? What is it? If that's true, I'm not sure how you've been showing me the appropriate amount of respect. Huh? But I do respect you. Don't tell me you're going senile, boss. That's exactly what I'm talking about when you run your mouth like that. It's getting late. You must be sleepy. Don't worry, boss. I'll make sure we get out of here soon. Yeah, I get it. It's kind of cute. I've been wowed by your shrewd detecting abilities all day today. Oh, really? Funny. I've been wowed by you too. On the topic of family, what's yours like, boss? The hell is wrong with you? Prying into my personal life all of a sudden? It's just, I've never heard you talk about them or anything. Oh, are you single? Shut it. That's none of your business. Well, ever since I joined the force, I've been thinking. The department really pressures young officers to get married. I wonder why that is. You don't say anything like that, though. How should I know? I caved to the pressure myself and got married 20-some years ago. Huh? So then, is he a divorced man? Why did I think... why was I right about that prediction? Like the... Okay. Okay. I didn't know I could detect that, but okay. That's nice to know. I mean, if he's single, then yeah, there's a chance for both me and Ayo. God, you're relentless. She took our daughter and left 4 years ago. Thanks for reminding me. Wait, how old is his daughter then? They got married 20 years ago. We left 4 years ago. Would she have been 16? Or maybe she was just born and left 4 years ago. Oh, I'm sorry. I can't believe she'd give up a guy like you. I was never home much. Too much focus on work. I'd come home late, only to get called right back out again. Plus, being a cop is dangerous work. Alright. I don't blame her for getting fed up with it all. How sad. Especially when you're out here putting your life on the line. Oh, is that why you transferred out of the first? This boy has too many questions. It was already too late by then. You better be careful, Ario. You say that, but there's not much I can do, is there? That's the nature of our job. There aren't many who can really understand it, not unless they're involved with police work themselves or related to someone who is. But wait, you have a daughter, boss? You really think I want to talk about her after all that? Have some sense. Come on, I promise I don't mean the way it sounds, but how old is she? Jeez, you don't know when to quit, do you? At least try not to look so intrigued. She's a bit of rough around the edges. I think most men are intimidated by her. What if the... No, I must be high. Nah. Last I heard she's doing by herself and going to college. Wow, a college student. Wait. Don't we have a college student? What's his name? What is your name, my guy? Might have been her, right? Because she's a... Yeah, it might be her. Maybe. No, she's not. She seems sweet though. Not her. Could be someone we know, because the way they don't mention her name might have been something. Might have been the girl with Yutaro as well. Yeah, okay. Wow, a college student. Men love an educated lady. Stop that. What kind of cop are you making baseless assumptions like that? She's living on her own though, huh? You must worry about her. Worry? I don't even know where she lives. Oh, so she hasn't told you. Probably because she knows you'd follow her around. I love his mouth. It's so funny. I would not. I don't think. Come on now. We both know that's not true. Listen here. You may look like a mean old man, but you sure have a soft side. What? Is that supposed to be a compliment? I can't keep up with you. We're done talking about this. I like how you can still talk about him as well. Oh, that reminds me. If you got married 20 years ago, it must have been right around the Najima murder. You know your history. Yeah, that happened too after our wedding. You were the one who arrested the killer, weren't you? You studied that case at the academy. I was only elementary in school at the time, but I still remember. Oh yeah, him and Kai were still like elementary. I still remember people talking about some dangerous criminal getting arrested. All that was just cracking the case, fighting the guy. It was all just happenstance. I'd really not think about it. It was a disturbing case. Did it not make your skin crawl when you learned about it at the academy? It did. We were all terrified. Sounds about right. No one could believe that such a mild-mannered man could have committed such a terrible murder. If we had overlooked on one little thing, we may have never caught him at all. I think I remember hearing that was the only charge brought against him in the end. That's right. We didn't have the evidence. I knew there was no way such a meticulously planned crime could have been there first, but we may have stuck Fumichika Nejima in a cell, but it was no victory. He always had the upper hand. And all the damage he did to everyone involved, especially the victim's classmates. It's already been 20 years, huh? God damn it. This is why I try not to think about it. I'm sorry. So, all this occult stuff. Have you heard about it, boss? What are you talking about? The rite of resurrection thing that everyone's talking about. No, not you too. I've been hearing about that shit everywhere. Oh, you have? That's surprising. Who cares what people are talking about? It's got nothing to do with our job. Don't you think the occult stuff with this case feels, I don't know, realer somehow? This whole thing started right here in Honjo, in Sumida City. So I thought that maybe cut it out. Nothing good can come out of getting involved with that right of whatever that record of fates. I was like, you know all about it. Boss, are you secretly into the occult? Stop that. Seriously. This isn't a joke. This is kind of cute. I get why you'd be intrigued by something called the rite of resurrection after a buddy of yours died, but bringing the dead back to life, that's stuff of fantasy. It's not real. So don't go hoping for miracles. Got it? Oh. Well, boss, I think that about does it. Right, let's call it for tonight. I'll see you tomorrow. Oh! What the hell? Oh god, what is that? Me and both him saying that. Huh, boss? What's wrong? Don't tell me you're going senile. Oh lord, he can't even see it. Damn it, it was that case all along. Boss, what is it? Is there something over there? Ah. Such deep sorrow, a resentful memory in my mind. Those who deceive with falsehoods and try to hang up forever and eternally kill them. Oh, I didn't know he was a curse bearer. Kill them all. Oh, maybe I did, but I just forgot. You have acquired the power of the curse stone, the evergreen beach. You can use it to kill those who intentionally try to mislead you. Press the use curse button when someone lies to you. Oh, that's crazy. That's crazy. I forgot. Ah. A murderous impulse seeps into my soul like thick black tar. Now. Kill. Can you hear it, curse bearer? You who so strongly desires the right. Wait, who does he want to bring back? Kill them. Who does he want to bring back? Like the victims? Boss. Oh. I'm trying to think. Cause obviously when it comes to what's it called? Like she wants to bring back her son. Like out of the two, Erio would want to bring back his partner, whoever that was. I don't. Who would he bring back? Would it be? Who would he bring back? Boss, boss, boss. What's the matter? Don't tell me you really want to see now. Sorry, I'm fine. Erio, yes? I have some bad news. Oh no, your senility is kicking in, isn't it? No, we've got a bit of trouble on our hands. Looks like we'll be working some overtime. We're not going home tonight. Huh? What are you talking about? Oh god, he's gotta deal with his whole thing. Oh lord. Okay, this is very bored. Now you got something up with him. Oh lord. Tatsui Tsusumi. Former Yasuda Gardens. Okay, so let me get this straight, boss. The right of resurrection really exists, and to use it you have to kill people using the power of the curses from the 7 mysteries of Honjo. And the curse you have is from the story of the evergreen green beach that's told in this area? Is that right? Yeah, pretty much. You click on the update. You weren't your usual silly self when you were explaining, so I knew you were telling the truth. I'm never silly. The only thing I have trouble believing is that you're taking this occult stuff seriously now. I mean, talk about paranormal. I thought you didn't believe in any of that. It's not that I don't believe in it. My familiarity with it is why I try not to get so close. Are you just being a sore loser, not used to admitting you were wrong? Oh, shut up and listen to me. No point in trying to hide things anymore. You won't get anywhere if you don't understand this, so listen up. Please, just listen. You don't have to keep saying it. I'm listening. I like their dynamic. It's really cute. We don't have time to waste. We'll talk as we walk. Hey! Hey, wait for me, boss! Oh, he's walking so fast, is it? The jazz music is playing. Okay. The music's really catchy. Sorry, I just want to double check one thing. You're telling the truth, right? Is it a side effect or is it senility? It's the truth. Not like I can prove it though. Revealing the existence of a secret department is against the rules, even to a fellow cop. But this is an emergency. I need his help. I'll tell him. Oh. There's a secret department? I'm sure you already know this, but this is all top secret. No sharing this with anyone. Right, you can trust me not to. But, no. I just can't believe it. I heard rumors that he used to be a member of a secret division attached to the security bureau. I just can't believe we actually have a department called Paranormal Affairs. Oh, he's part of the paranormal department. So that's why he left First Division. Oh, okay, that makes sense. Yeah, I'm sure it came as a shock. I couldn't believe it myself. I thought the higher ups were messing with me. Really had me worried for a while there. No, this is incredible. That's the whole reason I became a cop. I was always fascinated by secret agencies and stuff. You serious? But thinking about it, it totally makes sense. If curses and spirits really do exist, then of course we need a special department to protect citizens from them. You seem a bit eager to believe all this. And hang on, I thought you joined up because of me. Oh, come on, boss. Do you only have one favorite food? You can like more than one thing. Yeah, whatever. In any case, the official stand is that the supernatural doesn't exist, so Paranormal Affairs operates in secret. Still not sure why they stuck me there. These 4 years, I worked nothing but cases involving the supernatural. Oh, Evergreen Beach. So this. Kills by hanging one who tries to mislead the curse bearer with false statements. That's crazy. Paranormal Bureau. Okay. That's crazy. They have a paranormal. They got a ghost bureau, guys. Okay, June Aerial. Born to a relative of house, oh, he attended the police academy. So we have more lore between these two. With Richard Kai, who is now a private investigator. These two initially became friendly when Jun found Richard holed up alone in the reference room scouring over old crime data and invited him to go bowling, a super popular pastime during this era. That's cute. Tetsuo has a penchant for candy and desserts, which he tries it but fails to conceal from other officers at the risk of appearing soft. Oh, that's so cute. Aww. He's surprisingly knowledgeable about current trends. Is actually spurred by his wish to have something to discuss with his daughter. Oh, I like their so do you know, have it? Have what? Spirit sense, of course. Or are you what they call spiritually gifted? Nope, I've never felt anything at all. Even if I did. Why is his face so stupid? I'd be a lightweight at best. One beer and I'm down for the count. Oh. Huh. Is that how people in the field quantify someone's spirit sense? With how much liquor they can handle? Nope, that's just me. Though it'd help to get the point across. Oh, huh. Sorry, seems like I keep disappointing you. No, it's not your fault, boss. At the risk of disappointing you yet again, I'll tell you one more thing. Spirit sense is usually something you're born with. It's tough to develop it later on. What? So there's no hope for me? No, say it ain't so. Of course you were interested. Well, you never know. You may have some hidden potential. I know there's a high schooler who's got so much spirit sense she works on the front lines. I say it worked, but she wasn't paid because it was supposedly part of her training. Yikes. Seems that'd be in violation of Article 69 of the Labor Standards Acts. Wow, you really know the law. No comment. Even the occult field has workers' rights issues, huh? Not the occult. I can never pronounce that right. Occult right issues, bruh. Okay. So what do we do now? We've got this rite of resurrection and the cursed echoes of the 7 mysteries of Honjo. The curse being spread out around the city is a bit of an emergency. Is that bad? I'll put it this way. It's like handing out guns all over town. Jeez, that's real bad. It is. So we need to find the source and put a stop to it before something terrible happens. Usually that'd be a job for paranormal affairs, but I talked to them on our way here. The main team is tied up till tomorrow night. So they told me to deal with it myself. Said we'd be fine since I have some experience. Huh? What? Then that overtime you mentioned means... Yep, you're gonna help me. Partner. Oh my god! They're partners now! Oh my god. Alright, let's do this! You seem a bit too eager to dive into all this. You really have no reservations working in case you know nothing about? You said this was an emergency. I didn't think we had a choice. I'm just trying to be logical about this, boss. You really are something. It might actually be nice to having you around. Why, thank you. So, what exactly do we do? If these curses are connected to the 7 mysteries, then the people who have others shall be all over town. Right, if there's 7 of them, that means 6 more are out there. And we have to stop them before they all kill anyone with their curses. If we can, we should find and collect all the curse stones. Wait, hold on. Who do we know has a curse stone? We know the tall businessman has a curse stone. Wait, hold on. I gotta look through the files. We know he has a curse stone. 1. She has a curse stone 2. He has a curse stone 3. He has a curse stone 4. He has a curse stone 5. And there should be 1 more, but I don't know who it is. I might have been a high school girl actually, so that's 6. So we know everybody then. But boss, from what you said earlier, killing a curse bearer gets you closer to completing the rite of resurrection. Would your life be in danger if they found out you're a curse bearer? Pretty much. We can't let that happen. Should you even be out here right now? Hiding would only be a waste of time. The mystery of the one-sided reed is associated with Ryogoku Bridge. I was hoping we'd be quick enough to run into the one-sided reed's curse bearer. No such luck, it seems. Well, if nothing else, maybe word would spread that the cops are on lookout and people will behave. I was putting a lot of trust into whoever these people are. Isn't this the place of the couple? That means someone who may have the power of a curse. Understood. In that case, who's that dude? Why don't I ask the guy that's been watching us the whole time? What do you know? There is someone there. Good luck. Hey, you there. Sorry to bother you, but I've got some questions. I'm with the police. Oh no. Please don't have... It's this guy. I gotta... I don't trust you. Thanks for your cooperation. We'll be asking you a few things, Mr. Yutaro Nabigaki. That's your name, correct? Yes. I don't mind answering your questions. You're a detective? Did something happen? Alright. Lots of things have been happening around here. Like people dying. Oh my god. So, what is it you're doing here? It must be the incident at the former Yasuda Gardens. The dead policeman? Can't imagine a detective would come all the way out here otherwise. Huh? Say, Mr. Detective, have you ever heard of the Evergreen Beach? Answer my question. How about you answer my question first? What were you doing here? I was answering your question. I came to look for the Evergreen Beach from the 7 Mysteries of Honjo. Actually, I was wondering if you knew about it. No, I don't know. Nope, sorry. Really? Yeah, I don't know anything. We're from the head office. How strange. Detectives, you have the crystal of the Evergreen Beach, don't you? You, how did you know Ario, you idiot? Oh well, that was much easier than expected. Oh crap, sorry. It is simple inference. I figured you would have taken the curse if you were just in the gardens. If you know that, then you must be a curse bearer yourself. I have no intentions of hiding anything. I planned to tell you from the start. Look, this is my curse stone. I believe it's called the Foot Washing Mansion? That's right, but are you sure about this? I'm not so rash that I'd kill someone as soon as I find out they were a curse bearer. Not without talking to them first. You're the same, aren't you, detectives? You wouldn't use a curse on a normal person. Let's speak as equals, shall we? What if I just kill this dude? That's crazy. Actually, no. I low-key kind of want to try. We just killed this bitch, boss. Sure, we'd rather solve this amicably too. It's like you thought. What? Boss, why would you tell him? As for how curses work, if you tell him that, it hangs to death anyone who would try to mislead me. So if you try to lie to me, the curse stone will let me know. I don't have to use it to tell, understand? Whoa, really? That's super useful. I see, understood. Now then, let's talk. So far, so good. Okay, we'll just keep talking. Can't help you. Just keep. Is that a threat? No. It's your final warning, damn. You guys hate it just by being careful? That's so soon. I've had enough of this bitch. Hear the voice of Chris echo. I learned it the first time. You freaking hoe. What's happening? I don't hear anything. Ah, stupid. Little did he know that this is my second time dealing with this bitch. Right. Nabigaki, get down. Okay, at least we got the stone acquired. I'm just being careful. Damn it, why? What do you think, boss? Should we lock him up? I even haven't touched you. You can't consider that assault of a police officer. Let him go. All we need is the stone. How could this happen? My right of resurrection. Give it up. The ride was too good to be true from the start. I don't know what happened to you, but you better be off warning whoever you lost the right way. Now get out of here. Damn it. Oh. I am wondering who he had lost. Phew. That was a close one, huh, boss? You'd probably be dead if he hadn't activated it. The curse from this one is flowing into me too. Oh no, he got double curses? Let's save that for later. Okay. Files updated. Foot washing mansion. Kills by crushing one who hears the command wash? Oh, she was an Omnioji. That's crazy. Well, that makes one stone. Where do we go now? Well, visit all the places associated with the mysteries while it's still dark out. You mean we have to do that all over again? I hope they aren't all as aggressive as him, but people will do crazy things to bring back someone they love. It seems that the hatred the cursed stones are imbued with makes people more willing to kill. Really? Then what about you, boss? I'm fine. I may not have any spirit sense, but I'm tough when it comes to these kind of things. That's why they love me in paranormal affairs. So you are spiritually gifted after all. Alright, let's head to the next place. Okay, so that ends that chapter. I don't know if we can move on though. Oh, we can! Okay, crazy. Alright, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4. Who are the other? Okay, so the other 3 would be the... What's it called? The ini guy. The handsome tuxedo guy. Who would be? Oh yeah, Yutaro. We don't have his story. Okay. Elite student prestigious, emotional neglect has caused him to spoil egotistical trait. The only kind is new was... Oh, so it's probably his family's maid that he's trying to remember. Plain rice and butter used to enjoy together. Okay. That's the only one. Maybe this guy, maybe the Nejima, the mysterious middle-aged man as well? I don't know about the rest. Okay, hunt for the curse bearers. Part 2. Midoricho Park. This one's a little longer. Okay, who is he talking to? This middle-aged guy that we don't know. Excuse me, sorry to bother you, but we have some questions for you. This guy, right? Yeah. Oh, what? Are you with the police?